This is Security Watch Africa, only on this channel, the Africa Independent Television, and welcome to your program. Today, we'll be bringing you another exciting edition of this program. My name still remains Patrick Abambu, and I must remind you that it's only on this channel and on this station, on this program, we'll bring you that information you need to keep your life safe and secured. Wherever it is, we'll bring it to you. Welcome to the program today. Yes, today we're having a discussion, a look on reviewing the recent security situation in the country. Some people had analyzed the situation that it seems that the security forces are losing grip of the situation. Some says, I think they are up the game. We'll discussing with a guest who will be talking with us via Zoom on how he sees it, and he's a man who has seen it all in terms of reporting and reviewing security situation in the country. Yeah, but before then, we'll be bringing you some reports. First report is coming from the Nigerian Air Force headquarters, where Elizabeth Tanko brings us this report.
In fulfilling one of the key enablers of his command philosophy, which is maintaining a highly motivated force by enhancing welfare and infrastructural renewal, the Chief of the Air Staff, CAS, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, has presented brand new vehicles to some air warrant officers at the NAV base headquarters in Abuja.
Our along the earth is from the AFIT. It may interest you to know, please let's put our hands together for her. May interest you to know that she's the first female AWO from Dopo and then the third in the Nigerian Air Force. Let's put our hands together for her again. That's AWO Yusuf SN, Armed Forces Commander Staff. Let's put our hands together.
In his speech, Air Marshal Hassan praised the air warrant officers for their selfless service to the Nigerian Air Force NAF and also upholding the military ethics among airmen and airwomen across the NAF.
I want to commend the air warrant officers for their untiring efforts to ensure that the service gets the desired support from their subjects, which has really enhanced our capacity to meet our constitutional mandates. I must also emphasize that the presentation we just witnessed here is a testament to the commitment of the Nigerian Air Force to motivating its personnel. As such, I implore the air warrant officers not to rest on their oars in rendering any support required of them by the Nigerian Air Force.
On behalf of the beneficiaries of the vehicles, Air Warrant Perry Menoni gave a vote of thanks.
Words alone cannot express how we feel about this noble gesture. We want to thank the Almighty God for the gift of life and profoundly appreciate the Chief of Air Staff for finding us worthy to attain the peak of our career and also for this special recognition. We are highly honored, sir.
After the presentation of the vehicles, the Chief of the Air Staff also commissioned the NAV Garden and Park at Sokoro and also a sewage treatment plant at NAV Valley Estate at Sokoro.
This is the UV. We don't use chemicals at all, so the maintenance of this system is exceptionally low. And like I said, we have personnel with us that do understand this. We have also taken them to show them the practical part of it.
Air Marshal Hassan stated that all the projects commissioned so far are executed with the sole motive of enhancing the welfare of the Nigerian Air Force personnel and their families.
If you look, all the projects that we have commissioned this morning are in line with this key enabler of maintaining a highly motivated force through enhancing the welfare and infrastructural renewal to make sure that our personnel really are adequately taken care of so that they can perform their duties as best as possible.
Elizabeth Thanko, reporting for Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Welcome back. Recently, security in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, has become an issue and worrisome to residents and many people who have reasons to relate with the Federal Capital Territory. The Commissioner of Police, the Federal Capital Territory, in person of CP Bennett Igwe, had been motivating his men and working with them to ensure that insecurity in the federal capital is under check. Sit back as we bring you this report by Lucy Tao from the the command headquarters.
The Commissioner of Police, FCT Police Command, CP Bernard Igwe, has assured FCT residents of the police commitment to ensure that crime and criminality is defeated in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, and its environs. The CP stated this while parading suspects arrested in the last weeks from different parts of the FCT and its environs. Their crime varies from kidnapping, armed robbery, car theft, gun running, and other sundry unlawful activities. While parading them, CP Igwe disclosed that the command recovered 2 network jammers, 7 firearms, 6 vehicles, 1,100 registered SIM cards, 3 registration machines, 2 fingerprint machines, and a phone.
In one of the camps we went, we discovered that there are a lot of broken SIM cards, like about 20 to 30 SIM cards broken. So we ventured into the case. We started inquiring, why do you have a lot of SIM cards broken? As small as it is, they are still broken. So we started inquiring. The last of the bandits we arrested, we discovered that they may come from Tribe A, but the SIM card they are using, we read the name of Tribe B. So we started to probe into it, and we discovered that there are people who specialize in producing active and workable SIM cards unknown to our security system. We have 6 suspects here. We have one in the BCOK. We have John Jock. We have Nafiu Tijani. We have Nasiru Suleiman. We have John Njoko. And we have Suleiman Musa.
The FCT Police Commissioner reiterated the Nigeria Police Force resolve to ensure security of lives and property of all residents while applauding residents for their support in intelligence sharing.
I want to thank members of the press, but I still want the criminals that it is not business as usual. It cannot be business as usual. We are focused. We are determined, we are eager, we have all it takes, intelligence-wise, security-wise, physical-wise, to get you.
Lucy Tao, reporting for Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Welcome back. Yes, we must say kudos to the Commissioner of Police, FCT Commander CP Igwe, for doing what he knows how to do, what to do best, right from when he was in River State. He gave the criminals a run for their money, and he's doing his best in the Federal Capital Territory, and we hope that these criminals will allow the innocent and the lawful citizens to live peacefully. Yes, this brings us to our discussion today. Our guest is already therefore to talk with. We're having today my brother, a strategic communicator, Chidi Omeje, the publisher of Security Digest, talking with us on the issue reviewing current security situation in Nigeria. How are you, sir? Hello? Mr. Omeje?
Yeah, I can hear you, but the network is really very bad. How are you today?
I say so bad. Yes, let's just start quickly because since the network is bad. Looking at security situation in the country in recent times, I know that you are quite knowledgeable with what is happening recently. How will you describe situation as we speak?
Damn.
Hello?
Oh, God.
This network seems to be very poor. Okay. Hello?
Yeah.
Are you
Network is
hearing?
playing up.
Okay, well, we can hear you. Can you speak
I
up?
can hear you, but yeah, I said I can hear you, but sometimes it breaks.
All right,
Well, I
but
can hear you now. Let's go.
you heard my question?
I did not.
Okay, I said, how would you describe current security situation in the country?
Oh, okay. Oh, well, by the way, thank you for having me. The security situation in the country is, well, I can say is neither here or not there. You cannot say that well, hurry yet, but I mean, it could be better, really. But if those who are working for us are doing their best, the circumstances they find themselves. So security cannot be, it's not something you can really get perfect all the time. But the truth of it, concerning in some areas, so that's much I can say. So I think that there's a work to be done, and the another work to be done is not just for the security agencies alone. It's for all Nigerians. For the whole effort.
Okay.
So, talking about what they say, all of society approach. Yeah.
Okay. Now, looking at the various sections of the country, it seems as if the whole zone in the country is having one issue of insecurity or the other, starting with the northeast, which seems to be getting better than it used to be, and the northwest and different parts of the country. Now, let's take it as different in the zones. How will you describe what the security forces have done or what they're doing in the Northeast?
To be honest with you, I just didn't get what the question you asked me.
Now, I'm talking about the security in the Northeast. How will you describe, now I'm looking at it from the various zones of the country. Looking at the Northeast, how will you describe what the security forces have been able to do in the Northeast?
Oh, okay, fine. I got the question now. I think the Northeast is one area that that we are making, huge progress. I must tell you, compared to where we are coming from, in that particular region. The operation going on there, Operation Hardin Kai, which is the counter-terrorism operation that is ongoing there, is they're making real progress there. Apart from the fact that terrorism is not something you snap your fingers and they're all over, and that is all over. Effort being put in place, the resilience of our troops, the focus of our military institution, and of course the commitment of the government to somewhat paid off, more or less, if you compare to where we were, let's say, 8 years ago, or even before. So we must praise our troops there who have shown, uncommon resilience, and we must understand that, you are dealing with a very formidable international networked terror groups. Dealing with ISWAP and Boko Haram is a handful. But as we know now, I'm not sure there's any part of our sovereignty in that part of the country that is under the control of these terrorists for now. In spite of the attack, once in a while attack they carry out, especially in the soft spaces. That is what we hear now. But beforehand, it used to be a very terrible situation. Every single day you see attacks on communities, and all that. So, but it's like I said before, it's not yet to huru. The effort continues, but I must commend the troops for what they are doing there.
Thank you for that, because we want to look at another emerging threat area now, which should I say emerging or it's already established, talking about the Northwest, because banditry seems to have taken hold. Later part of last year and earlier this year, we had a little bit of respite, but it seems that these guys have re-energized and they're trying to create problems. Recently in Katsina, so many people were killed and many people adopted. What do you think? Is there any lesson that can be drawn from the experience of the Northeast to help solve this Northwest?
The situation in the we need to introspect about. I say this because time has come for us to take our gaze away from the security forces or from the military, for instance.
Oh, it seems network it's not being fair with us today. Maybe we'll just take a short break now, and we'll come back to
Let's
you.
look at the role of the people now. Do you know that people that you cannot really affect cooperation and support of the people? Now, what the Commissioner of Police in San Francisco told was just some days ago, he said that some traditional, it's a one
Maybe.
people have for crime reduce. It is good governance that can drive, some level of good life that people will now see crime for what it is. So we cannot all of the time focus on the military. We must look at ourselves. As a matter of fact.
You have opened a chapter which is quite very important, which is the role of the citizen. But let me take you back to Katsina State. Just last week, the governor of Katsina State, who also is the chief security officer of that state, did accuse the military of not wanting to get rid of these bandits. How do you see that comment by a high-placed citizen like that?
I don't think that comment was very much in good faith. If I were in that, if I were in the shoe of that governor, I will deal with that situation at the strategic level. I will do it. I will do my consultation discreetly. I will try and have access to the chief of defense staff, or chief of army staff, or any of those ones who matters. I won't make it a media thing because the moment you make it a media, stuff, you are more or less wittingly or wittingly, playing down or rather affecting negatively the morale of the troops, those who have put themselves on the harm's way to provide security for your people. If he is saying that, then we need also ask more questions about good governance index in his state.
Exactly.
If he's saying that, we also have to ask questions about how much people in that area, in that state, have cooperated with the military. Have we done what we call see something, say something to the point in that state that the military have enough information to deal with? Don't forget that the kind of crime we are confronting almost across the country is the resolve. If you want to resolve them, they must be intelligence driven. And who provides intelligence? It's the people. So I don't think that the governor have done the best for his state by taking that route. Well, he might be right. I'm saying, but I'm saying the approach. I want us to do this work, in partnership, not to make one look like he's not working, and then you are the one, you are the hero of the people. It doesn't work that way. He must continue to seek the partnership, understanding, and cooperation of the military until the issues are resolved. Even though, like I said before, the military does not possess any magic wand to deal with the situation. So him being the governor must do his part by ensuring that good governance, is provided at all times. That much people, there will be less poverty in the land, and the attractiveness, the attraction of crime will be reduced in his state. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think you just hit the nail on the head there, because you pointed out good governance in the states. What gave room to this insecurity we're talking about is lack of governance in some of these communities. But what would you advise the security forces now, but maybe particularly the military? Should they be discouraged by such comments coming from a whole chief executive of a state?
No, they should be discouraged. I mean, they have to do what they know how to do best. They have to remain focused. They have to remain, top in their game, because we have our country to protect and defend. We have our people to protect from those who seek to destroy them. Don't forget that the whole essence of government is for the welfare and protection of the security of the people. So, the moment the military decides to probably and the military is not doing what they're supposed to do. I mean, the governor
Yeah, obviously, network is affecting it all in this. But look, talking about governance and insecurity in some parts of the countries, particularly in the northwest, as we're speaking, the vast land experiencing lack of governance and government presence are not felt by the people, and that has given room for the people, the hapless citizens, to belong or see these bandits as saviors. Yes, yeah, thank God you're back. Yes, I was looking at, we were talking about the citizens now. The citizens, because of lack of governance in some of these communities, they are more comfortable dealing with these bandits. And of course, this issue about stick and carrots. These bandits sometimes gives them carrots, and that makes them attract the people to them. What would you say should be done in this regard?
Just like I said before, good governance is the magic wand. Let me tell you something. A hungry man is an angry man. And a hungry man listens to the rumblings in his stomach more than he listens to any sanctimony or any preachment for patriotism or good behavior. It takes grace of God for a hungry man to withstand the pressures, that come his way. Now, the bandits, look, we have to look at the recruitment process of the bandits. What are the messages they do? How do they communicate to the people? I mean, talking about their prospective conscripts. How do they recruit? Is it true that what you mentioned as carrot and stick approach, or do they provide what the government is not providing for the people? You see what I mean? So a hungry man that give, let's say, a token, a 5,000 naira, and ask him to follow you to somewhere, he might likely follow you because this is somebody who has been hungry for God knows where. So you see, that's where good governance comes in. So there's the nexus actually between good governance, good governance, poverty, hunger, and of course spike in crime and criminality. So there's this interconnectedness. There's a correlation between poverty, hunger, and of course spike in crime and criminality. So if you are able to deal with the root causes, we're talking about root causes now because most times we tend to focus on the symptoms. The symptom is the manifestations, the things we are seeing now. The actions they take in the forest, the abductions, the kidnaps, the destructions. Those are the symptoms. But what are the driving forces? What are the root causes? So it is the good governance that will deal with the root causes. If you are able to take care of the root causes, you have done the job almost 90%. So the whole effort has to be integrated, not just kinetic approach. We can't shoot our way through, we can't shoot our problems, shoot ourselves into law and order, no. But we can get ourselves law and order through good governance. That's the point I'm trying to raise.
Yeah, thank you so much. As we round up now, I know that part of the strategies of what the chiefs, the heads of the security forces are using is to motivate and improve the morale of their personnel. One of those is, even as our Muslim brothers are celebrating the Salah, the festival, all the service chiefs are going to the various parts of the country to felicitate with the personnel there in the front line. And the chief of army staff will be also going over to one of the locations. Tell me, how far do you think this strategy of relating with the troops helps them to carry on with this fight?
It's always good to relate with your troops, but we must go beyond the symbolism of going to feed the troops during the Salahs and Christmas times. We must go beyond that. We must ensure that their welfare is topmost in our planning. We want to make sure that their allowances are paid as at when due. We want to make sure that they have the right equipment to work with. We want to make sure that they are provided with the combat enablers, that will make their job easy. So this is far more better than any symbolism of going to share rice on a salad day. But that's not to discountenance the importance of doing that. I mean, anything that can upscale the morale of our troops is welcome by us. So I appreciate the fact that our military leaders are heading to the theaters, in this Salah time. It's always a good thing, but I want them to do beyond that. I want a time. I want us to see a time when our soldiers, the theaters, will come out to say, yes, we are taken care of. Yes, we'll be provided with the right equipment to work with. Yes, our allowances are paid as when due. I want them to confess it with their mouth. That time, yes, we know that indeed the effort of their commanders are working. But I would.
Thank you so much, Chidi Omeje, our publisher, Security Digest, strategic communicator, for your time with us on the program today. Yeah, viewers, if you have enjoyed watching us, this is your program, Security Watch Africa, where we give you information on security and safety. Until we come your way again next week, I say thanks for staying tuned, and bye for now.